Alright, so let us continue on with the story here. Let's speak with Lord Francel again to take on our next quest entitled A Parlay with Pirates. Francel has his eyes set on your next and final destination. Are you ready to take to the road again, Mathia? Our final destination awaits us, Limsa Luminsa. If we must. Though, if you truly expect me to find a reliable trading partner in that den of pirates and ruffians, you are even more of a fool than I thought. Believe me, Lord Charlemagne, when I say that I bear no love for barbarous outlaws. That said, by all accounts, things have changed much in the years since Admiral Blofuswin rose to power. I have spoken of my son's disappearance to you in the past, have I not? If by chance you have forgotten, it was those accursed pirates who took him from me, and for that I will never forgive them. It was 20 long years ago. He was a boy of great promise, possessed of a curious mind and a burning desire to see the world. Then a murderous band of sea reavers raided his vessel, and just like that, he was gone. To this day, the rumors reach my ears that he was in jail deep beneath the city, or that someone resembling him has been seen wandering the streets. As his father, I want to believe he still lives somewhere, but there is only so long a man can... What I meant to say is, I would not trust a pirate half as far as I could throw him. They are the scourge of our realm in my house, and I will have nothing to do with them. You have my most heartfelt sympathies for the loss of your son, Lord Charlemagne. Nonetheless, we still have a job to do. By no means do I wish to open old wounds and stir painful memories. Pray return to Ishgard ahead of us. Mathia and I shall handle matters from here. Are you gonna decline? No, I will accompany you. Regardless of what happened, nay, precisely because of it, I will not shirk my duty as Lord of House Durandare. I will march into that wretched hive of murder and villainy and seize from it a new age of prosperity for my house, as due retribution for all they have taken from me. If that is what you wish, my lord, let us be on our way. My preliminary research has led me to conclude that the area known as Bulwark Hall, a stone's throw from the airship landing, would make for a suitable place to commence our efforts. Alright, and I'll see the two of you there. Hey there, boys. The fury take me. How can all these people abide that god's awful stench of salt and brine in the air? Let us conclude our business swiftly and take our leave of this place. Lord Francel, I trust that your research has enlightened you as to where we might find a suitable trading partner. Indeed it has, Lord Charlemagne. I have read that all goods incoming and outgoing must pass inspection at a place called Milvan's Gate. No doubt that would be a productive place to begin our inquiry. I see. Very well then. Let us be off to this Milvan's Gate or whatever the place is called. And that's where we shall go. Perhaps it is but wishful thinking on my part, but would you not say Lord Charlemagne has softened since we arrived here in Limsa? Why, he even waited for me to complete a full utterance before dashing off. Could it be that we have earned his trust? We'll soon find out, I guess. Let's go and join them. So, Milvan's Gate is also the name of the Arcanist Guild here in Limsa Luminsa. So let's all warp ourselves over there right now. So let's head on over to Milvan's Gate, aka the Arcanist Guild. And the Count and / the Lord has found this assessor here. You are employed here, yes? My companions and I hail from Ishgard, and we have come to Limsa to discuss matters of trade. Then you've definitely come to the right place. Any inquiries you may have regarding duties, tasks, prohibited goods, or what have ye, I or one of my fellow assessors would be more than happy to enlighten ye. I see. To be precise, we seek to introduce wares from your nation to our homeland, where we believe such items would be in demand. Might you be able to recommend to us a trader dealing in such wares? Aye, but of course. Why did you say so soon, my good man? In that case, he'll be wanting to talk to one of the 3 great pirate powers here in town. Well, he certainly was talking a lot more nobly until he heard this. He might not be put off about that. Pirates? Aye. Of course, since the signing of the Galadian Accord, they're more of an officially sanctioned agency, raiding the Galleons at the Admiral's behest, partaking in honest trade and the like. At least that much can be said of the Sanguine Sirens and the Krakens. The bloody execution is a whole other matter, so I recommend you limit any dealing and negotiating you feel like partaking into the former 2. I reckon the Sanguine Sirens would be as good a start as any, as they're known to be a bit more welcoming to outsiders than yourselves. You'll find them over in the tavern known as the Missing Member if you're up for a parlay. Yes, I do believe I've heard enough. Thank you for your time, and good day. I can scarce believe it has come to this, but I suppose we have no other recourse. Well, Lord Francel, I trust you know the way to this Missing Member. Alright, so we gotta go this way. Through the South Square and over to our 2 friends. Hey, Charlemagne. Everyone is here, yes? Then let us be on our way. You got it. By the Fury! Why, it's a veritable haven of pirate wenches! Yeah, they are the Sanguine Sirens after all, but I will not back down from this challenge. Watch closely, Lord Francel, and let me show you how a deal is made. Well, you tried to show us 2 times before, will you be lucky this time around? Greetings and welcome to the Missing Member. Do you have a reservation, sir? Yeah, this is a tavern after all, but it's for exclusive people, and the maid here, Melcoco, asking us if we have a reservation. I do not. I have come from Ishgard to discuss matters of trade with the captain of the esteemed Sanguine Sirens, and I was told I might find her here. You were you? Well, yes, I suppose you might. Make yourself comfortable and I'll go let the captain know that she's got a new visitor. She was about to say victim. That can't be good. And so sometime later... The hell's you want, Drylanders? State your business quick and your best hope it's worth my while, or else me sirens silly see I gutted and sleeping with the fishes before you knew it coughed ye. Well. Pray stay your hand, my lady. I only meant to consult you on a potential business proposition that might prove mutually beneficial. Yeah, I think the Count here has been put on the back foot here. It's like he's looking in a mirror. I hail from the nation of Ishgard, and I do believe that your fine wares will be most highly sought after in our nation. Ishgard! You must be daft to think any pirate in a right mind would have even half a minute to set one foot in some bleeding snow-soft wasteland at the edge of the world. You must have had me confused with that pathy-sheltered captain of the Krakens, or else someone else who's got more swagger than sense. Look out of my step before I cut your blubbering tongue out and toss it into that stew. Yeah, she ain't kidding. 1,000 pardons, my lady. I shall take my leave anon and seek out those Krakens of whom you speak. Oh, thank you for your kindness and wish you and your sirens all the... Thank her for her kindness? I said, get out of my... Wait a bleeding minute. Why does that self-righteous face of yours seem so bloody familiar? Never mind, I've got bigger fish to gut. Let me go from here or you'll be joining them. If I were you, I'd be taking your advice to heart. You'll find the Krakens at the 7th Sage, just past here and beyond the Drowning Wench. I do hope your parlay there proves more fruitful. Yeah, we'll do what we can. And not be scared off. Yeah, the maid is the one nice thing about this place. Yeah, we'll just be on our way. Yeah, we'll just get out of here. And apparently there's also a triple triad player? How come I've never played her? I guess because I've never really noticed because I don't come this way all that often. So yeah, from here we will head to the Culinarians Guild because it's the closest place I can go and find who I need to find. So, quick right over here, and then off we go. Oh, it seems like they've opened up a lot more Triple Triad players. So yeah, here are the two, standing in front of a person who you probably never even see, because you're usually, if you're here in Los Elemental, you just run right by this person. The herbalist Zranmaya, who we're not interested in speaking in, we're interested in speaking with the Count.
Welcome to the Seventh Sage. Would you care to peruse our diverse array of exotic herbs and spices?
Pardon me, my good lady. I'm Charlemagne of House Durandar, and I have traveled to your fair nation from Ishgard. Might you or any of your colleagues perchance be interested in selling your fine spices in my homeland? I can assure you, many of my countrymen will be willing to pay a handsome price for them.
Durandar, did you say? My sincere apologies, good sir, but in accordance with the company policy, we are not entering into partnerships with parties from the Holy See at this time.
No parties from the Holy See? What insular, closed-minded nonsense is... what I meant to say is, we are prepared to make the arrangement most appetizing to you. As appetizing as salted harbour herring, one might say. To wit, our astrologers have devised a method to accurately gauge one's present location and bearing regardless of the season. A technique which I do believe would be most beneficial to esteemed privateers such as yourselves. Yeah, he's trying to win her over. Meanwhile, leaning over the railing. Remember this guy? The guy who helped us to get through the Siren Song Sea and Stormblood to get over to Kugane? Captain Carvelan? Well, he's back. To think the old man would be willing to reveal a treasured house secret to outsiders. Dastardly, despicable pirates, no less. Have you figured it out why he's saying what he's saying? Perhaps there's hope for Ishgard yet. Yeah, gotta go link Pro.
Pray excuse me for a moment. Captain, why yes, no, why not? I was just about to bid our guest farewell as per your explicit orders not to... What's that? Are you certain? I see. I'll convey the message then. Forgive me for my hasty decision. The captain says he will entertain your proposition, but on one condition. He will only speak to the adventurer here.
Yeah, because he's a friend of Corinne. And so, I see. In that case, I have little choice. Matthias, was it? I have done little to deserve your charity, but would ask you this one favor. Might I entrust the negotiations to you? We'll do what we can, sir.
Very well then, if you would come this way.
Yeah, he done.
Captain Carvelan of the Krakens awaits you atop the stairs. One more thing, you are by no means to speak his name nor describe his face to anyone from Ishgard, or he will personally have you keelhauled. No hard feelings, of course.
Yeah, got it. So yeah, let's go and reunite with Corinne's sailing buddy. Hey there, Captain. How have you been? My associate has apprised me of the situation. So this delegation from the sea wishes to establish trades with us, do they? The Ishgardians, consumed only with a petty war, living out their days in that gloomy frigid land devoid of passion or imagination. Just thinking back to my dreary days in that miserable place is enough to make me ill. But with the war's end, it would appear that a new wind blows in my homeland. While I am not so naive to assume that they have left their past entirely behind, I will trust that the sea's desire to change, as well as that of the man who has come to me on their behalf, is sincere. Anything to keep that most fearsome lull felon acquaintance of yours from making things difficult for me. Yeah, he's referring to Tataru. Yeah, we'll do what we can. Gerald, the document. Yeah, make sure you don't give it to me while you're also cutting my arm off.
This here is an agreement consenting to the formal commencement of trade between the Krakens and House Durandare of Ishgard. It is in Gerald's name and marked with our official seal to authorize the transaction. I would appreciate it if you could deliver this to the Count de Durandare on my behalf.
Indeed, we can do that.
Are you quite sure about this, Captain? Let us be thankful for that adventurer showing up when he did. If that man had forced his way into my office, I shuddered to think what might have ensued.
Yeah, he'd probably wrap his arms around you and say how much he misses you.
'Tis strange, though. For long years, the mere sight of the man's face filled me with loathing. But seeing it again now, I only feel this odd sense of nostalgia.
Yeah, as he looks out to the sea again. And yet, I dare not entertain the thought of doing anything more. It would only serve to undo all I have accomplished. No, I have no mind to give up my freedom or whatever I might gain in its place. Yes, this will do. Yeah, it'll do for him, at least. And so back to the gentleman. Well, do you have anything to show for your efforts? Indeed we do, sir. Here you go. Why, this is more than I dared to hope we would achieve. However, did you manage this? Your passionate plea won him over. He chose to believe in Ishgard's future, or I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. Yeah, let's say that his passionate plea won him over. You mean he was listening in on our discussion? I'm not quite sure what to say. At any rate, I have finally accomplished that which I sought here in Eorzea, and can finally return to Ishgard in triumph as befitting the Lord of the highest of houses. I am in your debt, Lord Charlemagne, and you, Matthias. With this, the day that the finest goods from the realm over are traded freely in the markets of Featherfall is all but upon us. And so that will take our 83,700 experience points and 940 gil. And now, it's time for us to speak with Lord Francel again, and we'll take on our level 60 quest to complete this particular part of the storyline entitled May Featherfall Flourish. Francel is ready to make a triumphant return home. Matthias, Lord Charlemagne, I must thank you once more for accompanying me on this journey. Owing to your tireless efforts, our mission has succeeded beyond my loftiest expectations. And you expected any less of me? At any rate, I do believe it is past time that we returned home. There are preparations that must be seen to, yes? But of course, speaking of which, I've been giving considerable thought as to how we might best organize our new commercial district. To that end, I would be most grateful if the two of you would visit the location and share your thoughts upon our return. My time is valuable, as you might imagine, but I suppose I can spare a moment or two to lend my expertise. 'Tis most appreciated, my lord. In that case, let us each attend to any unresolved matters we may have here, then reconvene back in the firmament at our earliest opportunity. Travel in safety, my friends. And so we will reunite with the two of you there. Back to Ishgard! And back over to Lord Francel. So yeah, let's have a look. It is but a short walk from here to the Featherfall Commercial District. Allow me to show the way. Yeah, let's have a look, shall we? I must give credit where credit is due, Lord Francel. This place is almost beginning to look halfway habitable. Francel, we were wondering if you'd ever come home. Who goes there? Yeah, it's his family. My brothers, and you too, sister. How wonderful it is to see you all again. Oh, but you must simply hear the news. Yeah, let's tell them all about it.
Orvella and Foncreneau apprised us just now. Why, if even half of what we have heard is true, it would appear your excursion abroad has proved most fruitful. And this off of the back of the Diadem's designation as the official gathering grounds for the Restoration. Without you to extol its potential to our leaders, I doubt we would have received the necessary approval and funding. You do Ishgard a great service, Francel. As your sister, I could not be more proud. My dear siblings, you flatter me overmuch. Why, I could not have hoped to accomplish even a fraction of this without the expertise and influence of my esteemed companions. Of that I have no doubt, Master Griffin. As you so selflessly served Ishgard during the war, you continue to go above and beyond in this era of peace. I have not the words to express my gratitude.
I'm sure Stefan feels the same way. And Orvel.
And my most honourable Lord Charlemagne, pray accept my humble gratitude for accompanying my impulsive little brother in his travels, and for opening his horizons with your vast experience and worldly wisdom.
Yes, I can only hope the boy gains something from my presence. Yeah, he's not so sure now. But Francel, we are not here simply to shower you with praise, no. We were hoping that we might lend our aid to your efforts in a more tangible fashion. How so?
Indeed, after all, it would not do for the goods to flow only in one direction while the coin flows in the other, no?
Allow me to be more direct. The Sky Steel Manufactory has recently opened a new branch in Featherfall, yes? Yeah, so we've heard. I've a mind to spend some time there myself, overseeing repair and maintenance orders, putting wares on display for potential sale to buyers from the realm over, and so on and so forth.
Meanwhile, Orvel and I have discussed matters at length, and we suspect that traders from far-off lands might show quite an interest in the abundant natural resources harvested from the Diadem and the Sea of Clouds.
Sounds like a plan.
I have no words. Your assistance in the reconstruction effort will mean the world to me.
Yeah, so let's discuss this a little more. And as we have this conversation as a family, the sons and daughters of House Halinos. Mayhap I misjudged them. You've been misjudging a lot of things, sir. Yeah. Mocked and branded as heretics by the highborn and the common folk alike, forced to suffer the loss of kin, friends, and loyal followers alike over years of bloody war. Still, they forge ahead to build a brighter future for our nation. For so long, I thought them too earnest and agreeable for their own good, but perhaps that artless hope and enthusiasm is precisely what Ishgard needs in this new age. Yes, it certainly does. Would that my own son could be here as well, that he too could be among those leading the efforts to transform our society for generations to come. Strange, is it not? Somehow I am more certain than ever that he is alive somewhere in this world and doing great things in his own right. Mayhap one day he will return to me, and mayhap not. Either way, the decision is his, and his alone, to make. For so long I clung to the past, fearing that there was no place for me in this new age of openness, enlightenment, and change. But the truth is clear to me now. This is a new world we live in, and we must all adapt or be left behind. It will not be easy, but it will be worth it, and the passionate, capable young men and women around me will show me the way. Yeah, look at the smile on his face. He certainly turned you around in an hour or so. Yeah, we broke through that frozen heart of yours. Or was it a heart of stone, to be more accurate? My sincere apologies, Matthias, Lord Charlemagne. It seems my siblings and I got somewhat carried away in conversation. If you are ready, it would be my pleasure to escort you to Featherfall. Yeah, as we can see, all three of the city-states have their own respective stalls set up. So let's go ahead and speak with Lord Francel again to complete this quest.
Matthias, Lord Charlemagne, over here.
I did not imagine that your preparations were proceeding so briskly, Lord Francel. One might wonder if they are not proceeding too hastily, yet at the same time, one cannot help but be impressed.
You are too kind, my lord. I am pleased to say that the Featherfall markets are nigh ready to open. Truly, we cannot have accomplished this without you. Nor you, Matthias, nor my dear siblings, my associates, and all in Ishgard and the three nations who've expended efforts on our behalf. Without all of you, my loftiest dreams to rebuild the firmament would have gone for naught. Thank you, my friends. I will not forget your kindness and generosity for the rest of my days.
Well, you're quite welcome, Lord Francel. Nay, 'tis I who owes you thanks, Lord Francel. Traveling with you has done much to open my eyes, and I am not too prideful to admit it. If I hope to lead House Durandar into a new age of prosperity, there is much I must yet learn about the world outside Ishgard, a world to which I have been blind for far too long. Yeah, we definitely turned you around, didn't we? In return for helping me to learn this lesson, allow me to offer you some parting advice. You have accomplished much here already, but do not rest on your laurels, for the greatest challenges are yet to come.
Thank you, my lord. Pray rest assured that I have no intention of shirking my duties. As more and more people flock to the firmament to hawk their wares and ply their trades, my ability to manage affairs will be tested like never before.
They will indeed, and yet I suspect you are up to the task. Still, should you ever find yourself over your head, do not hesitate to call upon House Durandar. And with that, I shall be off. Matthias, might you have a moment to spare afterwards? There's a matter on which I would seek your counsel.
Yeah, what would that be, pray tell? I too should be getting back to the many tasks at hand. Till we meet again, my friends.
Yeah, see you in the next round of quests there, Lord Francel. I would actually not mind if the lad remained with us a while longer, but oh well. In any event, the matter I would discuss with you concerns the broom. If you're not otherwise occupied, I should very much like to hear your thoughts. Yeah, on the broom? Well, we'll find out in a moment as we take 83,700 experience points, as well as 3 cups of Ishgardian tea and 3 Somal tarts. And so, we do earn the achievement Featherfall Rising, but of course, the Count wants to get one more in with us, so let's go ahead and speak with him to take on the level 60 quest entitled The Broom Lifts. Count Charlemagne de Durandar will petition your aid in realizing his bold vision for the future of Ishgard. I thank you for entertaining my request. There is another who I believe would be keen to hear what you have to say. He shall be arriving anon. Whoever could it be? Yeah, in fact, it's actually a guy we actually know. Matthias, the Count mentioned there was someone he wished to introduce me, but I did not expect it to be you. Tell me, how have you fared since last we met? Yeah, the guy who runs things over in the western part of the Central Highlands. Yeah, good to see you again. Oh, mayhap I should have surmised that the two of you were already acquainted. Matthias accompanied Lord Francel and I on our trade delegation to the three nations, which I dare say would not have been nearly as successful as it was without his insight. Since returning home, I have been pondering many a matter. Long has House Durandar stood at the fore and done its sworn duty to protect our countrymen from heretics in the Horde. But Ishgard now enters a new era. In these changing times, how must House Durandar adapt to best serve our fair nation? This is the question that most occupies my thoughts of late. So what do you have in mind? As our nation turns its eyes to the outside world, I will look once more within. House Durandar shall see that our nation thrives as never before, and every Ishgardian is able to reap the benefits of peace and prosperity. Sounds like a plan, right? I am not sure what to say, my lord. Clearly your journey has had quite an effect on you. Needless to say, I wholeheartedly agree with your noble aim and promise to offer whatever aid is in my power to offer. My knights as well are searching for ways in which they might serve the people now that their blades are no longer needed. Should you lack for manpower, you need but say the word. Very good. I would first task them with carrying out some long overdue restorations in the broom, which unfortunately remains in a most sorry state. But it will not suffice to physically rebuild the city. No, for all citizens to truly prosper, we will need a steady flow of goods and services. A healthy economy is the lifeblood of any nation, after all. To that end, I must also intend to put House Durendare's fleet of airships to use in shuttling materials to and from far-off lands. Sounds like a good idea. You rode one of our vessels yourself when you raided us and reclaimed the Stone Vigil, did you not? You will forever have my gratitude for your efforts that day. In any event, we will have need of pilots and machinists in far greater numbers than we have now. There are many here who would benefit from learning a trade by which they might earn their keep. We will recruit these individuals and train them to the best of our ability. For this, I would enlist the services of a knowledgeable and patient instructor. Mayhap there is someone you could recommend, Lord Germalt? Anyone in mind? He's gotta give it some thought. Why yes, I do believe I know just the man. He knows our airships inside and out and has an admirable passion for sharing his craft with those around him. He is battle-tested as well. He was the very pilot who helped to serve us reclaim the Stone Vigil after all. His name is Sestavold, and do not let his youth fool you. He is as knowledgeable and reliable as men twice his age. That said, there is Rob. I've seen neither hide nor hair of him since the war ended. He suffered a wound in his last battle, and I've heard rumors that he has since fallen on hard times. As such men eke out a living in the broom these days, it is a most unfortunate situation and one that does not reflect well on our house or our nation. We must do right by these brave souls, and we must do it now. And so I turn to you, Mathia. Might I task you with seeking out this Sestavold and relaying my offer? I have already drawn up a contract that you might deliver to the man. How'd you do that so fast? I would approach the man directly, but our recent foray to the Three Nations has convinced me that when it comes to negotiation with the common folk, you are far more capable than I. Besides, if I am to bring my plans to fruition, there's another whose aid I must petition, and with all haste. Will you do me this favor and speak with Sestavold in my stead? We'll do what we can, sir. And so there we go. Then I too shall return to Whitebrim Front and recruit as many knights as I can for the cause. That will be most appreciated, Lord Germalt. Until we meet again. And with that, I will take my leave. May your meeting with Sestavold be a fruitful one. Well, we'll do everything we can for you there, my lord. And away he goes. Alright, so it's going to be an opportunity for us to take on a few more of these side quests, but we will leave them until after we get back. So we're just going to warp straight out. And here he is. This is Mr. Sestavold. Yes, I'm Sestavold. Who's asked? By the Fury! Are mine eyes to be believed? Yep, it's me. The Savior of Ishgard at your service, sir. What's this? Count Charlemagne de Durendale will personally entreat your services and as an instructor and mentor to aspiring airship pilots throughout the... look, you may be the Slayer of Gods, but this is your idea of a jest. Is it true, you say? Then of course I'd accept. I'd be a fool not to.
Though why the Lord of the highest of houses and a hero such as yourself would turn to a broken-bodied nobody rotting his days in the room is beyond my comprehension. Pray allow me to say that it was a true honor to have had you on board my airship in the operation to retake the Stone Vigil. The mere memory of that triumph has carried me through even the darkest of days. At any rate, the letter goes on to state that I should accept the offer. I am to report to the site of the planned training facility, which according to this is to be constructed here in the Broom at once. And I do believe I am inclined to do just that. Might I be so bold as to ask you to accompany me? It has been a while since I consorted with nobles, and I fear I might do something to embarrass myself. Well, let's see if we can't give you a hand on that. So let's head on over this way. And here's where it's strung out. According to the letter, the site in question is just beyond here. Shall we? Indeed we shall. So let's have a look. Yeah, it says no entry though. So as we wait on our points of contact, yeah, there's Charlemagne again, and he's also brought with us Count Hadmont. You must be Sistervold. On behalf of House Durandare, I thank you for entertaining my offer. Allow me to get right to the matter at hand. As you may know, Lord Francel's efforts to bolster trade with some of the most prestigious merchants from the three nations have borne considerable fruit. As such, we have need for capable airship pilots to shuttle supplies to and fro. Lord Juelmont has spoken highly of your expertise. I would have you train the next generation of pilots who will steer Ishgard to a brighter future. It is my hope that this will also serve to provide an honest, profitable trade for a number of the unfortunate souls who call this place home. Yeah, how does he respond? My lord, I do not know what to say. You show great mercy to this battered, broken man and give him a chance to build his life in a way he never imagined. I am honored and blessed to accept your offer. For as long as I draw breath, I will serve your cause with every ounce of strength and passion that I am able to muster. Glad to see that his offer is being accepted. So what brings you here, Count Hadmont? There is also the matter of securing the funds necessary to operate the new facility as well as to maintain our fleet. Lord Edmont, I trust I can count on the support of House Bolton in this matter. That is no longer my decision to make, but I will consult with Arturel, and I see no reason why he would not be receptive to your cause. When you arrived at Fulton Manor and said you would speak with me in private, I must admit I had my doubts as to what you had in mind. However, yeah, what happened with you two? But I cannot very well turn a blind eye to the unprivileged men and women of our society, can I? Not when the savior of Ishgard stands before me, ready to fight for them. That is why you brought Master Griffin here, is it not? You may think yourself subtle, Lord Charlemagne, but I am wise to your ways. After all, this is not the first time you have brought me around to your cause. Though, this time, at least, I can say it is a noble one. For years, houses Durandare and Fulton have struggled for supremacy. We are not so different, you and I. Is it such a terrible thing that we take advantage of each other from time to time? I think not. Besides, I cannot very well let you live a life of leisurely retirement while I remain on the front lines, fighting for men and women who have been forgotten for far too long. As members of Ishgard's most privileged class, it is our calling to lead our nation into a new era of prosperity and enlightenment, and I, for one, have no intention of shirking this duty. And so, with that in mind, we'll take our 83,700 experience points, plus we obtain 10 magic prisms of both House Fortemps and House Durandare. Yeah, these are exclusive prisms you only get for doing this quest. And so now that that's all been established, before we can show you what that stuff looks like,
Yeah, there's more in store. Yeah, signs for help wanted are now being posted in and around the broom. The office has been opened, and that's not all that's going on. Here we can see some new scaffolding is being added, and people are working in ways they never did before. And they did say they wanted to help improve the broom too. Thanks to your efforts, houses Durandare and Fort Top have awakened to the plight of Ishgard's poor and suffering, and restoration of the broom has begun in earnest. So yeah, not only are we gonna get to the opportunity to see the reconstruction of the firmament, but now the broom is being added too. So yeah, not just one place is getting a makeover, so is another. So yeah, let's show off these magic prisms. Yeah, we have the House Durandare one, which is their coat of arms, the bell with the two vines on either side, which you see on their shields. And then there is the House Fort Tom magic prism, which is of course also featured on their shield, the Crimson Unicorn. Although it's weird that the unicorn, we don't get to see it facing the opposite direction when you have the prism going, but that shows you all the quests that are available to do with that particular storyline, but then there's also the side quests that are now also available in the firmament as well. So if you give me a moment, I need to take care of something real quick, and I'll be right back, and we will start taking care of those too.